tired of your hardship, enduring that hardship, that you feel like a badge of honor, that you get to endure that and there's no way around it, and you have to suffer for many times. Sometimes we get stuck in our hardships for years, and that there's no way out of it. What if this broadcast is about a radical shift of perspective? That hardship is actually two words, and the hardship is, it's not always about the difficulty, but about a strength. That you have a strength within you to overcome that hardship and return home back to yourself, to that safe harbor where you can transform that hardship to a powerful experience, to a powerful blessing that is waiting for you on the other side. And that side might be just a next wave when you're leaning more towards the trust that it's possible for you. That requires that opening of your mind, your body, and your heart, and connections with your spirit to have that deeper understanding. It definitely starts with the mind and with our body. We're talking for months about physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels, and it seems like the physical starts first. But many times, to be truthful, it doesn't start first. It's actually a result of our mental and emotional disease, when physical disease is manifesting, because at that point we start paying more attention. We many times ignoring more our emotions and our thoughts, because we have so many of them on a daily basis, and many times focusing on the one we shouldn't be engaging too much, or ignoring the one that are coming for us to be of service. Because many times that selection has to be selected very quickly, before the mind is uh, overpowering with something that we don't even want to go there. And finding that strength, that we actually in control of our mind, and not allowing for mind to go too far, and creating some stories and disempowering us, and keeping us safe. But this is actually an illusion of the safety, when you're allowing the mind to be in control, and you giving your power away to your mind. It's time to reclaim it. It's time to start radically shifting that perspective, that your hardship is the strength that you have, especially in that connection with the source power, and you on the strong ship, with your strength, and have a, and able to return home, back to yourself, to that connections, and operate from that, and steering your ship to that true safety, where you can start sharing your safe presence with the others. So that's where the real blessing is happening, that you not only experience that true safety in your inner home, connected with the source power, but also can share that with the others, share that with your family members, share that with your friends, share that with community members, share that with your clients, to help them feel your presence, feels the safety, where they feel that that hardship that they possibly dealing with, it's not something that controlling them, but they can return back to that possibility, that they can steer themselves out of that hardship. And because they do have the strength with the connection with the source power, that strength, that's, I believe, that strength, when it's only looked from a perspective that that we can do things in our own strength can be also an illusion, because we are strong, but we also extension of the source power. So it's much easier to have that connection of and the strength in collaboration or in connection and co-creation with the source power, and from your inner home, from your heart, then your mind can somehow understand and create. It's the heart is much more powerful and stronger. Many times discounting our hearts, hiding behind certain hurts, and our allowing our mind to tell us that we will never recover from those hurts by others, and we get to kind of just keep closing our hearts, and it becomes also kind of controlling, allowing for that control. And it's becoming detrimental when we losing that courage and our strength to be open again, to leaning more towards the trust that this time we are strong enough to overcome our hardship, to let go of our hurt, and stand in our true source power and navigate our ship home and operate. I feel that true safety, and feel that it's possible for us from that safety to share that safety and our presence with the others. And that's something that we get to experience and get to operate in the higher good. And that's how we create the legacies for ourselves, not the other way around, like I've been kind of repeating myself uh, to illustrate the point, because it might be something you possibly never look at that from that perspective. And honestly, it's something surprisingly new for me as well, because I've been sharing about H words, about that journey to return home within through the months of 2026. And when I was called by my spirit to share about the word hardship, quickly that limited belief showed up, like it doesn't feel like there is any connection between the hardship and returning back home to yourself, especially with different experiences that I experience and different other words that were seems to be more comforting, and there was like more understanding. And I quickly realized that it was my mind was trying to interfere and trying to discount and limit and keep me stuck in that limitation of the hardship. And my spirit kind of guided me quickly before I allow my mind to take charge too far. That hardship is two words in one. It's that the heart, it doesn't have to be always complicated and difficult. It can be also strong. And the ship, it's a direction that you have the choice to take, and that choice could be that you choosing to return home to yourself, to reconnect with your source power, and navigate that strong ship towards home, and then taking and feel that safe harbor, but also keep navigating that from the strength to share it, to share your true present safety with the others and co-create with the others. That's a big part that many, like when they start realizing, they understand that they get to be of service to others, but many times that service to others, how they can benefit. Let's find the clients so we can expand our business. And yes, and there's nothing wrong until it becomes so selfish, that the main focus becomes that no matter what, I have to keep pushing myself and building my business no matter what, and creating the hardships for ourselves, to and going many times to certain manipulations, uh, instead of looking from a perspective for the higher good as what will benefit us. And sometimes it's hard to distinguish, because what will be that higher good, and not just just to benefit us. And especially when we experience some hardship and don't understand that we do have the strength to co-create something that will benefit a higher good, and that will not only serve us and be to the benefit of us. And it's very uncharted territory, and attempting to live that legacy where more of those co-creations gets to happen in community, of that we're doing that, yes, to be of service to ourselves, to others, and the higher good. It's not exclusive, because it's many times for us it's hard to understand that, and it becomes easier once we start connecting more with our source power, that that the source power is giving us that strength to navigate our ship, not just so we will benefit, but we start awakening to the potential of that through service to others, not by fixing others, but being that beacon of light, that lighthouse, that safe harbor for others, that serve as that example that it's possible for them, but also not to be afraid of the co-creations with the others. Some might be a client, some might be a co-creator, where you can together serve the clients, and it become higher good. You can expand your presence together with the other beautiful souls, and that co-creation can be of all kinds of natures, and this requires also that connections and utilizing and practicing more of your intuition, what will be of that higher service. Is it just interactions, and supporting each other through some social media channels, that your channels become more visible. And I appreciate whoever here, we also working on that, who will be watching that and other videos and shorts that I'm creating, that they engaging and interacting. That's also kind of co-creation. It can land differently for others, and can open that visibility for more people, creating more of that rippling effect, that more people will see it, and not just because it will help me, but there is an opportunity to for the right people to lend, and that they need that message to receive, because they might be facing some hardship and still feeling that they have to carry that badge of honor, those stones on their back, and not knowing that there is a possibility that they do have the strength to overcome that, to reconnect with themselves and return home, and be of service to others. So the more the merrier for us to start recognizing that in that connection of that, navigating our strong ships and coming together. It can be a really beautiful parade of ships. I've been to, actually, my husband is a big fan of the ships. He knows how to create models from scratch, some from some plans, blueprints, definitely blueprints, some that they have some components. Some years ago, he apparently don't have much time right now, but I saw him when we were teenagers creating ships from scratch. the wooden ships and his fascination with the ships. We've been when we were living on the East Coast, and we visit also some on the West Coast, some ships, from some military ships to tall ships. To explore to and seeing actually some parades of the tall ships. So it's a beautiful experience to experience, and would love to have those experiences in that community with others, in that true co-creation, when we coming together and celebrating each other and expanding each other presence and living our legacy. It's such a beautiful beautiful experience. So let's start overcoming those hardships and coming to more of that source power, and opening our minds, our hearts, our bodies, and allowing that connections with the spirit, and co-creating with our spirits with others, so we can create more of that higher good, that we can create that expansion of our legacies, and in those co-creation, the legacies we build become even more unfolding, that could be of that true service to our collective, to our earth. And we don't yes we have a lot of strength and power, and it doesn't mean that it has to be direct. We many times stacking ourselves in the results, and we get to kind of feel have to experience the direct connections to our that is linked to our service. However, we don't understand how much actually when we let that go, how we can serve indirectly to our to earth, to people, to human beings, that will rippling, because we don't have all we don't know, whoever we touching, they start kind of recognizing that it's okay to start navigating their ship, and they all of a sudden touching and rippling to their families, to their communities. So it becomes more indirect rippling, and an expansion of our presence, and transformation of experience of many human beings, that is so needed those days. It's time to create more of that connection within, more of that unity within, to unite. So it's not just the word that it feels like we're losing the meaning. Like I've been living in the United States for over 30 years now, and it seems like it's that unity, it's just on paper, but there's a lot of disconnections, and this dysfunctions in the systems. So because of attempts to be in control, and not understanding that we come united. I always actually coming from Europe and experience more of that disconnection and separation of different countries, and experience actually the communists that also supposedly be a good system to come to bring everybody together. And because the people that were behind that, they just had a false idea of it, but they were just even more controlling and in dictatorship, to instill that system out of force, not through power, because it could be a good system if it was really created out of true co-creation with the others from the source power, not manipulation and control for the benefits of few, and just creating illusion for the others, so they don't object. And yes, democracy seems to be also coming. So I experienced that growing up, and democracy seems to be more freeing. And I moved to United States for experience that freedom, and democracy also, like the governments have their kind of rules, and many times in controlling way, and when less of the the other system is around the world, they also becoming more not so democratic and inclusive, but many times exclusive for just benefits of few, whoever have more authority or power, and to navigate the system to benefits themselves, and not taking into consideration that that more of us can benefit when we coming from those strong ships from our source power, and not manipulation, and being of service to each other, to expand each other presence. That's kind of the system we get to actually start working more on, and that's what becoming very freeing experience, where we know that we're not bound to some controls, and that we can expand our presence, and it's safe to do it because we feel safe. We not feel this illusion of safety, and we start crumbling under the control. We feeling less safe, and we start to accept that it's that we have to just kind of brace ourselves for that hardship. It's time to turn that around. It's time to experience that true safety, experience more of that source power, and operating from our strong ship, and co-creating together a better world, a better communities, better families, and in connections with each other, in community, through unity with each other, and not just something on paper or something as an ideology that never been implemented to benefit the higher good, just to benefit few. So not trying to be here political in any sense, just sharing my own experiences, and that leads me also to deeper understanding why I was born in one country and experienced one system, and moving through experiences, and in certain in that environment, and then moving to the other. It also gives me more clarity over the years, because yes, there were some resistance when I had to move the countries and starting from scratch again, and leaning more and more towards understanding and acceptance, and it started revealing itself, why that was happening, why I got to experience that, and see the shortfalls and benefits of each, and how to actually somehow come to realization that with that vision, that it can be something beautiful and very powerful, to experience that unity within, and to share that, rippling that to others, and for others to start realizing that's the way to go. And creating that living legacy, and co-creating that it's time to co-creation, and not yes, there are some perceptions of individualism, and that's kind of part of that manipulation and control, because we are very powerful, and it's easier to control when people are not coming together, and exploring and expanding their presence, and expanding their power that is beyond the understanding. It's better to be in control and understanding what we can understand, but it's not serving too many people. There's a lot of things happening that is still not understanding, and more revealing is happening to for people to start waking up to understanding that it's okay to return back home, and to be of true service to ourselves and to others, and creating those true co-creation in unity together. So without further ado, connect in the comment section. Feel free to share some of your comments, resonance with the message, and some of your own thoughts about the subject, how that possibly shifting that perspective, or still needs some clarity what I'm talking about here. Like I said, it's been kind of interesting journey to be more trusting of my spirit, and not having full understanding, but leaning towards that trust, that word is the right one to explore, to lead us back home, to return to our safety, to navigate that strong ship back home and remember who we are. So without further ado, sending so much love, joy, peace, light, and compassion to you, my dears. For more, you can connect at awaken.woman.com. There are blog posts, there's some free resources and connection links where we can connect and explore and expand our presence and see how we can co-create it with each other. Take care for now.